Hello and welcome to Alex Magnei Plays Metroid Prime Part 2. Okay, so now that I've reached the main overworld of the game, I'm going to try and play through this game one area at a time, one location at a time. I can't say that I'll be editing the episodes, so I won't. Yeah, I can't really say there will be one episode per location because some of these locations take a long time to get through. But I'll try to split the episodes up between the different locations. So this time, in this episode, I'm going to be taking my first steps into the Chozo ruins, which are up this elevator. So this game, for one thing, it uses doors to show loading screens. It also shows elevators, and elevators are definitely something of a common thing with Metroid games. I think every Metroid game has elevators. Okay, so this is the entrance to the Chozo ruins, and above the door we can see a shining wall. This is the first Chozo lore. So let's read it. Chozo script translated. The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however: the Chozo who colonized Talon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. We Chozo chose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our worlds from time to time. So, the Chozo, in the Metroid universe, are a race of bird-like aliens who, basically spread around the Metroid universe, but a certain sect of Chozo became Samus's adopted parents after her biological parents were killed by Ridley, and all of Samus's fancy acrobatic maneuvering and kind of superhuman feats, they are all as a result of training from the Chozo. Okay, so these guys are called scarabs, I believe. Yep, exploding parasites that can embed their bodies in solid rock. Scarabs think nothing of sacrificing themselves for the safety of the swarm. When a hostile lifeform is sighted, they block its progress by embedding themselves in the floor and walls. Embedded scarabs violently self-destruct when threatened. So, yeah, I need to shoot these guys down. And these guys become something, yet another common trend in Metroid games, and that is respawning enemies. Very often, because in Metroid you only get, say, 10 health or occasionally 20 health from defeating enemies. Sometimes it can be handy to come across areas where you can basically grind enemies in order to gain more health and ammo. Okay, so here we have the beetle. Burrowing insect with a resilient carapace, extremely aggressive. Insect's massive mouth enables it to tunnel through solid rock at high speeds. Above ground, beetles can cover short distances rapidly. They attack anything that moves near their lair. So yeah, these guys, very basic enemies. Here we have another Chozo lore. Many long years have passed since we Chozo first took root on this land. The passage of time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in other, unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have been able to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps, finally, the universe's secrets are becoming known to us. Okay, so onwards we go. Here we have a nice little shiny surface we can see Samus's face on. And we also have war wasps, very common enemies. Airborne insect equipped with a venomous stinger capable of shearing steel. The war wasp rarely strays far from its hive unless it is pursuing an immediate threat. It attacks with no regard for its own survival, dive bombing its enemy with stinger extended. Fast-working toxins from the stinger can incapacitate most small organisms. So yeah, these guys are a real pest, and they are all over the place, at least in the Chozo ruins. I can stop them from respawning eventually by firing a missile at the hive, but as of being exploded on the frigate Orpheon, Samus no longer has her missiles. So our first task right now is to get our missiles back. So we go through here. Also, it's worth noting that I believe the gadgets that Samus started off with in this game are the gadgets that she obtained during the very first Metroid, because in the Metroid chronology, this is the second Metroid game in the story. Okay, so here we come across our first, well, I guess our second boss, more like a mini-boss, and also one of my personal favourites. Over here we can see, no, you can't scan it right now, but those are missiles. You go towards them and whoop! Looks like it ain't gonna be that easy. Here we have poisonous water. Obviously if I fall in I'm gonna take damage. And this is the Hive Mecha, security unit programmed to work with predatory hive dwellers. A design flaw makes the shielding on Hive Mecha weak against their access ports. These units are second generation combat drones able to interface with organic units at a higher level. They train, shelter and work with hive dwelling predators. Unarmed, they rely on their hive beasts to handle any threats. And let's check out these hive beasts. This is a ram war wasp. Airborne predator circles its prey and then strikes. The war wasps are the only species on Talon 4 to evolve a true hive mind. Nesting in damp, dark places, ram war wasps emerge in small groups when threatened and circle their enemies at high speeds, disorienting it. Striking from all sides as a single intelligence, they can fell huge organisms. So, our targets in this fight, to begin with, are the ram war wasps. I can't actually hear the game right now. If I could, I'd be able to hear them attacking me, but as I can't, I'm just gonna have to, like, guess. They didn't do much damage anyway, but yeah, the main annoyance with this battle is just hitting these things. Again, playing this on the Wii makes this fight a lot easier, because I can easily follow them and even shoot them. Okay, now that they're all dead, I need to shoot at the Hive Mecha, and there's 3 waves of ram war wasps. Each time, of course, they get more and more attacking me. But yeah, since I'm playing on the Wii, I can basically follow them around and shoot. And if I manage to hit them, it'll get stunned. So yeah, I can wait for them to stop, which is what you're supposed to do on the GameCube version. But because I'm playing on the Wii version, it's a lot easier. Time for the third and final wave. So yeah, as you can see, that there's loads of them going around me. This is not a good fight for anyone with insectophobia. Particularly considering this is a first-person game, and you know you're looking right at them. Yeah, I noticed that there appear to be more of them than there actually are. I guess because they move so fast. And that's it. And I get another achievement for having defeated the Hive Mecha. That's nice. And now I can pop over and grab my missiles. So, before I had 15 missiles, now I only have 5. There are, in fact, several missile expansions around which I can collect them if I'm going for 100% collectibles, which I'm not. But having said that, I do know where some of them are, so I will be getting some of them. Some, but certainly not all. They do come in very useful for the game's final, later battles, obviously. I haven't scanned these guys yet. These guys are plasmites. Small insect capable of storing and releasing thermal energy. Plasmites are attracted to sources of heat, thriving on the energy present there. They emit light when hunting and will expel small bursts of thermal energy when threatened. So these guys do actually have a ranged attack, but they're so weak that I probably won't see it. Okay, and the first of the missile expansions is somewhere in this room. I think, first of all, I'm going to go in here, which I think is the map. Yep. So yeah, I do know this game quite well. Not like perfectly, but... So, yeah, the map in Metroid is, of course, a highly recommended item to grab. Okay, I don't think I can... Hang on. I'm sure there's a wall here that I can blow up. There we are. There's my first missile expansion. So each missile expansion increases the number of missiles I can carry by 5. So, it's a good idea for me to pick them up whenever I can. Missiles just make fights go a lot quicker, particularly with the rapid firing trick I mentioned earlier in the previous episode. Also, I can destroy War Wasp nests now. Stop the darn things from respawning. Another one up there. Also, I can scan these before I forget. I guess I've got to scan it before destroying it. I'll do that. There's also these guys, which I haven't scanned yet. Ion? Yeah, Ion. Gosh, I know this game way better than I thought I did. In mobile organisms entirely composed of ocular tissue, capable of launching sustained energy beams when active, the ion is sensitive to light and it will close shut if a bright flash ignites nearby. So yeah, I can't destroy these guys yet, even with missiles. I only shut them up, so you know, I'm going to need a different weapon to really destroy these things. Obviously, I'll be getting that weapon fairly shortly. Sorry if I cough. I've just eaten, and quite often I find when I've eaten I need to clear my throat a fair bit afterwards. Hope it doesn't get too annoying. So you go through here. Another area with scarabs. So like you can see, I've got loads of health pickups showing up now, so I can just run through here and recover all my health. That's the good thing about these scarab enemies. They're easy to use to grind health and ammo. Missile ammo. Okay, so you pop down here. And up there is the morph ball. Unfortunately, these beetles aren't going to make it easy for me. So, quite a few of them, I've got to attack all of them. Yeah, I can, I can just use my Wii Remote to aim and shoot. Which feels fairly natural. Considering these guys aren't very fast moving, it's not like it's necessary to really lock onto them. This way I can, I can attack them all at once, which is nice. That said, it would probably be a lot quicker if I did lock onto each one, but hey. And here we have a plated beetle. This guy I really wouldn't recommend trying to manually aim at, because he will constantly try to face you, and he can turn pretty darn fast as well. Actually, might be able to do it. I'm forgetting to read about it. Only surfacing when it detects variations above, it then maneuvers itself so as to always face its rival, keeping its exposed abdomen protected. So yeah, sorry if I forget to read them sometimes. So yeah, very recommended to lock on, because then I can strafe, and I can also use this fancy fast hop strafe maneuver, which makes it really easy to get around this guy to shoot at his behind. There we go. Once I believe I can destroy that. No, I need more ball bombs to do that. And now we can get at the morph ball. So one thing that I didn't mention before is, because this is Metroid Prime Trilogy, I have access to a unique move which was not available in the original Metroid Prime. The morph... Oh no, I can't do that yet. I've got to get the bombs first. Yeah, never mind. In Metroid Prime 3 and Metroid Prime Trilogy, it is possible to make the morph ball jump by flicking the Wii Remote, which is very handy because it saves the bother of having to do a trick from the original Metroid Prime known as bomb jumping, where you lay one bomb, lay another, bounce. Well, basically you lay a bomb and then bounce off it. Being able to jump out of the morph ball saves so much time. It's not even funny. So now I'm going to head up here. Going to scan the Ram War Wasp nest, because I'm fairly sure that's a creature as well. Yep. War Wasp Hive. Primary War Wasp dwelling, only vulnerable to heavy weaponry. War Wasps build their homes over existing crevices, using whatever materials are close at hand. They carry building fragments back to the construction site with their forelegs, and glue them into place with adhesives secreted from their abdomens. Also, this music that you can hear right now, I can't hear it because I haven't got the sound on. This is one of my favourite tracks in the game. Most of the songs in the music in this game is very ambient, without much of a rhythm. Sometimes the music can be quite catchy. This is one of those times. Here we have another lore. Let's read it. The surges of negative energy brought by the meteor far exceed our expectation. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison, as it has already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening. I may have actually missed a lore somewhere. The great poison that is mentioned is one of the primary, main story focuses of this game. I'll be, finding out a lot more about it later on in the game. But first, I need to. I'm pretty sure that's the way to a place that I can't get to until later in the game. So I'm going to go this way instead. Here we have Shriek Bats. I didn't have time to scan it completely, but nice thing is, when you scan something and don't complete the scan, it remembers how far you got into scanning the enemy, and basically it'll only take a second for me to get the information on that enemy the next time I see it. Here we have Venom Weeds. I guess I've got to get closer before I can scan it, or maybe not. I guess I can't scan them here. These are basically very damaging plants that like pop out of the ground. They slow me down and damage me quite a bit, so I better stay away from them. Oh, not good. And right now, that's where I need to be. So I'm gonna jump up here, jump up here, jump up here, walk down here. Here we have a Reaper Vine.
Recording to logbook.
Reaper Vine, powerful rock-dwelling tentacle. A single eye upon the Reaper Vine keeps a constant vigil, but its vision is limited to 10 meters. A scythe-like appendage on its tip is honed to lethal sharpness. The Reaper Vine will swing this blade wildly at anything that enters its zone of perception. So I can shoot at it to basically stun it, make it go back into the wall for a moment. But I can't actually I can't destroy them. So you go through here, and in this area, first I'll be studying these puff pods, blast cap. Volatile chemicals within this weed's toxic fungal cap may explode if agitated. The poisonous flesh of the blast cap helps keep it from being eaten. It also detonates its fungal cap when it senses even slight contact. So if I walk into these guys, they're going to explode and damage me quite a bit. So I got to shoot them from a distance. But even then, they leave behind spores, which will damage me if I go near them. So in here, I go all the way through here. See instant scan. Morphology Streak Bat. Territorial ceiling dweller. Body temperature peaks at 121 degrees centigrade. Streak bats have high internal temperature, making them easy to spot with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings whilst hunting for small prey. Fiercely territorial, they dive bomb anything that wanders near. So yeah, streak bats, very annoying enemies. Generally they'll attack you before you have chance to shoot them. So in this room, I gotta jump up here, and then there's 4 symbols I need to activate. One of them is being covered by these blast caps. There's the first one. Second one is over here. Third one is down there, I believe. Yep. And the last one is, I think it's under a platform somewhere. Sorry, need to clear my throat sometimes. Yeah, I do believe it's underneath one of these platforms. I'm never entirely sure where this last one is. Might take a bit of a while for me to find it. It's not the one which is on. It's not on the door, is it? Let me just check on the door. It is so nice not having to lock onto everything. Oh, it's right next to it. There we go. Shitty Reaper Vine. So yeah, saying I'll take this, I'll try and be quick here. I guess, I'm not going as fast as I could be. Partly because, it's been a while, there's a couple of things I don't remember. Also, the Wii remote likes to mess up on me. Okay, so now I've unlocked the gate. Shoot at the Reaper Vine again. And here we have another Chozo lore. Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. The destructive force spent, The fallen star burnt itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded from memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web. So yeah, more on this great poison. Of course, you know, with this game you really do have to, follow the lore to get a good idea of what's going on. If you just play through the game without studying anything, you'll enjoy it, but you won't have a terribly good idea of exactly what went down here. So now I've got the charge beam, I can destroy these things. For some reason these things cannot be destroyed by missiles, but they can be destroyed by charge beams. Fair enough. I can't destroy that yet. Obviously, a lot of areas which hide missiles and energy tanks can only be accessed by returning to these areas, which I don't fancy doing. So unless I find myself short on missiles at a point where I really need them, I probably won't be going back to get any of these. So now I need to jump up there. First of all, I'm going to pop into there where there's a save station so I can recover my health. I'm a bit low. Nice thing is, if I choose not to save, I can just go right back into gameplay. There's no animation or anything. That's really handy. So, yeah, how do we... Oh, I need to go up here. Here we go. Destroy these blast caps. And again. Go up here, morph ball. Sorry, I don't mean to be narrating every single thing that I do here. So through here, I'm going to be going up against my next mini boss as such. But first, I think there's a bit of a puzzle room. Yeah, this is a bit of a puzzle room, which is quite nice. I go through here into the side room, which is where I'm going to fight the next mini boss. Over here we have a very freaky looking enemy called a stone toad. Preys on creatures smaller than itself, vulnerable only from within. A stone toad is able to remain still for days. It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds undigestible it regurgitates. Stone toads use their tusks as a last resort in combat. So yeah, stone toads, basically they swallow you in morph ball form, and they spit you out again. The idea is to blow them up from the inside, which I'll be doing very shortly. So here we have the incinerator drone. Design schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when the internal power core is damaged. Unit has minimal combat programming but can defend itself if necessary. This drone's intense heat blasts compensate for the lack of battle prowess. So yeah, this thing is going to be basically just be rotating around the room and occasionally it will pop its head up. There we are. I can destroy it. Or shoot at it. Then it's going to call down barbed war wasps. Airborne insect with the ability to launch its stinger at prey. A highly aggressive member of the war wasp family, this insect can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters. The stinger tips regrow seconds after launch and contain an acidic compound designed to digest prey. So yeah, these guys, unlike the other forms of war wasp, have the ability to attack with projectiles. So they're a fair step above the war wasps I've seen already. Again, this thing only requires, like, I think 3 hits, 3 waves to destroy it. So it's not that difficult of an enemy. Though those flamethrowers do hurt quite a bit. The war wasps again are... Okay, 4 waves this time. Yeah, the war wasps in general are pretty much just an annoyance. They can't do much damage to me. Also, now I have the charge beam back. I can introduce the secondary use of the charge beam. Aside from being a weapon, it can also magnetize health and ammo pickups to Samus. There we go, got another achievement. Destroyed the incinerator drone. Metroid Prime 3 and Prime Trilogy have a shop where you can purchase upgrades with the achievements that you've already received. That said, there are with the red achievements, you can buy stuff like concept art, generally stuff that isn't that exciting. In order to unlock the better things, for example, you can actually unlock an alternative costume for Samus in this game. You need the silver and gold achievements, which are much harder to get. Let me tell you, some of those gold achievements, like, there's no way I'm ever going to unlock them. So yeah, like I said, now I can flip the Wii Remote to jump in more full form, which defies gravity, but hey. That's very handy, because otherwise it would be taking me a fair bit longer to get through those areas. So yeah, I get swallowed by the stone toad and then blow it up from the inside. And now you have this puzzle room. So I can just flip up into each of these sockets to activate switches. So now I need to get to that lower down, like, socket within a timer, so I've got to be fairly quick. Reasonably lenient timer, but still not a good idea to just hang around. Of course, if I do run out of time, then I'm in serious trouble, because this area is going to fill up with water again, with poisonous water, and Samus isn't going to be able to get out of the poison water, and it will basically kill you. So don't dawdle when doing this puzzle. Obviously. I think this is the last one. There we go. And now this is actually going to take me to an elevator, I believe. I do not want to take that elevator quite yet. Hang on, that's the wrong way. So down here we can see some lava, which is a good indicator of what the next of the game's locations will be like. And I go through here, and as you can see, there's a lot of lava here. Yeah, this, besides what I'm going to do now, down here is an energy tank, so I've now got 900 times 3, 198, 297 hit points, rather than just 99, because every one of those blue squares is another 99 health. So similar to Mega Man, which uses the what do they call them in Mega Man? Cells? Well, I can't believe this. I can't believe I've forgotten what they're called in Metroid. They're Mega Man. They might also be called energy tanks, I'm not sure. But yeah, those things, there's only 16 of them, I believe. Obviously not required to get them all, but it is recommended because later on I'll be fighting bosses or enemies that can take out half an energy tank in one hit. Okay, so now we go back to the room with the big old tree. And I'm nearly done with this location now. First of all, we've got another door which requires 4 symbols to open, so I need to scan the symbols. I already scanned the one which the venom weeds were blocking, so these need to be destroyed with missiles? No. With morphball bombs. It's weird how the, like, in Metroid, in every Metroid game, like, certain things will only be destroyed by certain weaponry. In the other Metroid games, you could shoot at the things that need to be destroyed in order to see what weapon you need to destroy them. In this game, you have to follow, like, a kind of, you scan the surface, and like, if it's a certain type of material, you destroy it with this weapon or that weapon. It's complicated, and don't ask me to remember any of it. Okay, venom weed. Poisonous plant that retracts into the ground if threatened. Venom weeds evolved to thrive in the habitats of large organisms. They lure prey with brightly coloured leaves, then detain it with tiny barbs that deliver a powerful toxin. Venom weeds rapidly decompose anything that succumbs in their midst. So, yeah, quite the carnivorous plants. Really can't go through them without destroying them first. And dealing with these annoying war wasps. There we go, one more. Get the missiles. That was good, okay. I'm just going to grab that health with my charge beam. And I'm going to need it because very soon I'll be up against the next main boss. And my Wii Remote messes up again. That's just something that you just have to put up with Metroid Prime Trilogy. Wii Remote was a fine bit of equipment, but never really, worked well with hardcore gaming like Metroid. Okay, one more, and I do believe it is on one of these steps. Once again, the signal, the Wii Remote signal fails. I think it's on that one over there. No way, I scanned that one. That one, and that one. It must just be the one that the venom weeds are hiding. So I'm going to have to drop down here. Destroy those guys. Scan the shape. And that's enough to open the door higher up. Would have been handy if I'd scanned that before climbing up the tree, but oh well. So yeah, Metroid Prime, to someone who's never played this game before, it probably seems amazing that I'm able to remember all these things. But really, the magic of the first Metroid Prime is that everything is laid out really rather carefully, specifically so that they are relatively easy to remember. I wouldn't say that someone who's only played through this game once will be able to remember where everything is. But being a veteran, I'm pretty good with knowing where everything is in this game. Reasonably good anyway. I've played through this first part more times than I can count, basically. So pop up here. Need to use some more bombs here. I'm doing it again. I'm narrating everything that I do. Sorry about that. So, yep, through this hallway. I'm not sure, can I scan that? No. Through here, up there. And we've got a door. And in here, we fight the next main boss. Meet Flagra. So this thing is basically a combination plant and insect. I think it must be manipulating like the mirrors with its roots, because for some reason it's able to move the mirrors by itself. So stun it. Flagra. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its low root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. And I also need to scan its roots. One of Flagra's tentacles fills this narrow drainage channel. Analysis indicates that Flagra's central nervous system is located at the base of this structure. So I need to shoot at these mirrors to make them go back up. That causes Flagra to fall over. And I can roll in and activate the switch. Boost! So yeah, somehow Flagra is able to manipulate those mirrors. I assume it must be doing it with its roots. I don't completely understand. But anyway, that's not really something to, that's not anything significant. So I'm just going to have to take it with a pinch of salt. So Flagra can also can also knock the... Oh, hang on, it's down. There. I'm messing up. I thought it was... Okay. Bother. So yeah, Flagra can knock the mirrors down after you've hit them up, which is what I thought had happened there, but looks like I've got to be a bit more patient than I was before just assuming that I need to knock the other one down again. It's also faster for me to use the morph ball to get around here. Okay, now I can quickly nip to the other one because it's apparently very fond of blocking my way. And boost! So naturally I need to, as you might expect, I need to do this 4 times. Okay, so now it's knocked 3 mirrors down. I've got to knock all 3 of them up. It's decided to block my path, like the annoying plant insect monster it is. And yeah, at this point I've really got to make sure it's kept stunned, otherwise it will, knock the mirrors down again, which of course just means I have to do everything all over again. Okay, so now I can just head on through once again. Hit number 3. And now it activates all 4 mirrors, which means either I have to be extremely fast or I'm going to have to stun him, because he will hit the mirrors back down again. There we go, he just did then. I can also quickly go by like sidestepping. there's the thing. Yep. Okay. The flagra is down. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, like the animation here, you can see the plants kind of coming out and dying. Interesting way to show like a plant monster dying. It's almost like it's kind of writhing, I suppose, like it's lost control of its growth, so it's like growing and shrinking. It's interesting. And here we have the Varia suit. So this is the outfit that Samus was wearing right at the start of the game, and also the traditional Samus Aran look. Very cool animation here. Song. So the Varia suit both doubles Samus's defense and also means that she can enter into hot areas without constantly taking damage. So that again is a nifty clue to what's coming up. Over here we have a Pulse Bombu. Really weird enemies. Pulse Bombu, a life form of raw energy, periodically releases explosive segments from its body. Pulse Bombus are energy beings invulnerable to most known weapons. Electrical energy can harm them, however. They lack any intelligence beyond an instinctive attraction to other charged energy sources. Pulse Bombus produce energy constantly. All excess energy is shared regardless of who or what may be nearby. So yeah, the Pulse Bombu and its relative, which we'll be seeing later on, cannot be destroyed with the Power Beam. So none of my current weapons can destroy this thing. That said, this is possibly in my opinion, the scariest enemy in the game, just because of what happens if you try to charge a weapon near it. Oh crap! Oh crap! Whoa! That always gives me shivers. Like, there's absolutely no reason to ever do that, but it is so scary. You know, but once the thing starts charging towards me, like, ugh. So yeah, that's something you can do with it. Can't actually destroy it, but you can make it charge at you. Okay, so up here we've got some more enemies. There. Oculus, presumably not the Rift variety, wall crawler that generates electric pulses. The Oculus exposes its single eye when active. The electrical field that covers it is enough to deter most predators. If the Oculus detects anything capable of presenting a real threat, it retracts into its impermeable shell. Okay, so obviously can't do anything with that yet. I've got another lore here. The cries of this dying land echo in our ears as we Chozo watch the great poison seep ever further into the living pulse of the planet. The dark energy sinks into the trees and waters, devouring all life. Peaceful threats die by the thousands. Some creatures survive, but their forms grow as twisted and evil as the force that fell from the sky. Many of these mutated monstrosities remain small enough to do little harm, but others grow enormous and threaten our very existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we Chozo do not turn in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it is our duty to contain it. So, yeah, the Chozo had a bit of a run-in with Flagra. Another elevator here, but I'm actually going to be nipping down this path first, because there's, I believe, another missile expansion I'm able to get. So yeah, the Morph Ball is quite often in the Metroid Prime games used for these fancy side-scrolling, like, platforming areas. Not one of them here, but... okay, so here we see a socket which is too high for a regular jump. So this is when I need to use the double bomb jump, which again has been made a heck of a lot easier with the addition of the jump for the Morph Ball. Formerly this trick would require all 4 bombs, and would need me to plant one bomb, wait for it to be just about to explode, and then plant another, before bouncing off the first one, planting another, bouncing off the second one, and then, bouncing off the third one. So I'll just show that off here, because why not? The jump ball makes it so convenient. And so now I have 20 missiles? Yeah, 20. Another law. The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we could never hope to control what has yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day may come with it when its water dries up, and there is nothing we could do to stop such a tragedy, but we do know this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry. So yeah, the Chozo, quite the, the strong, determined race. Obviously, Samus has a great deal of respect for the Chozo since they raised her. I don't think there's anything I can do in this room yet. Nah. Okay, let's move on. Now here we have another energy tank, and this is a nice shortcut back to the main area. But I'm not going that way, because that will mean having to go all the way around all the way around here in order to get back to this one room, so not likely. That means I'm off to the next main location of the game, where I will be ending this part. This part's probably well over an hour long, but oh well. If YouTube doesn't accept it, I'll just cut it short and upload it in parts. Here we go. So the Chozo Ruins, naturally being the home of the Chozo, contains the most lore. So I won't be seeing so many of the Chozo scriptures in any of these other locations. But yeah, right now I am entering the location known as Magnei Caverns, which has very ominous music at the entrance. But later on the music changes to something really rather catchy. But first of all, I'm going to go in here and save and end this part. Thank you very much for watching Alex Magnei Plays Metroid Prime Part 2. See you guys in Part 3.